But now, you know what? You think we ought to make some noise?
Yeah!
Well, we're going to fire a cannon then. Woo! So,
Fire the cannon.
The theme of this particular event is STEAM, which is an acronym for science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And you wonder, how does that fit into 1846 California? Well, California, before the arrival of John Sutter in 1839, was largely just a pastoral society. It was reliant upon the raising of cattle. In fact, the hides of those cattle, where all the value was, were known as California banknotes. They were the money, the medium of exchange in California. Now, at the missions, there was some minor manufacturing going on, small blacksmith shops, but when Sutter opened this fort in his settlement of New Helvetia, or New Switzerland, he brought in the heaviest blacksmithing work that had ever been done in California, as well as tinsmiths. And the big building behind me here, that was the distillery. And if you look off to the side, you'll see a still. He was the first to take the bad wine being created in California and turn it into a drinkable alcoholic beverage known as agua diente, or water with a bite. It was a type of brandy being manufactured from the wine that didn't turn out the way he liked it. So by the gold rush, and when the complex turned from agricultural and manufacturing, it became a commercial center with both manufacturers and people hawking the goods that were produced by those manufacturers. So, if you're entertained today, if you like the activities, I encourage you to come back the last weekend in April. That weekend, we have an event, a 3-day event, known as Traders Fair, when we replicate the fort as it would have looked during the early days of the gold rush, when Sutter's Fort was California's first mall. So you guys get to go to the mall. All right, for the cannon demonstration, I'm going to turn it over to Gun Captain Packmule.
Thank you, Mr. Beck.
So the cannon that we're going to be firing today is the cannon right behind me. This is a replica of Sutter's favorite cannon. Sutter acquired the original cannon when he purchased Fort Ross from the Russians in 1841, and the original cannon was used during all the major battles of the Mexican-American War here in California, and it was fired often here at the fort, but it was never fired in anger. Sutter's fort was never attacked, but this cannon was fired often as a salute to visiting dignitaries. And you guys are our visiting dignitaries today. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you for choosing us in your weekend activities. And this cannon is capable of taking a 4-pound cannonball, hurling it through the air as much as a mile. Do you think we should do that today?
Yeah!
You really think I should put this cannonball in there?
Yeah!
If I put this cannonball in that cannon, it blasts a hole right through that bastion over there. Now, State Parks only likes to rebuild this place every 120 years. But we are using real black powder. Mr. Barry, will you show our folks here our black powder charge?
No. He said no.
Why we show the folks our black? There is our black powder charge. It's wrapped in aluminum foil. Did they use aluminum foil in the 1840s?
No!
No, they would have been using a material like linen, like your shirts. But Captain Sutter, he doesn't like it when burning linen comes flying out of that cannon. Just might set fire to that wood shingle roof over there. But we are using real black powder. Now, normally, you would need to have 9 men for a full cannon crew, and with 9 trained men, we could fire this cannon about 2 to 3 times a minute. But this is the best I got. Gunners, post!
What about you?
That tells everybody to get to their spots. Now we're going to treat this cannon as if it had just been fired. So my next command will be... worm the bore. Biscuits, the blacksmith, is going to take a corkscrew-like device. He's going to put it down the barrel of the gun, twist it, and he's going to use that to remove any excess debris that might be still in the cannon. But now we have a potentially hot cannon barrel that might have burning embers still in it. We don't want to put gunpowder in a barrel in that condition. It's unsafe. So my next command will be wet swab. The wet swab is a stick with a rag at the end of it. Biscuits is going to dunk it in a bucket of water, run it down the barrel of the gun to extinguish any embers that might be still in the cannon. But now we have a wet cannon barrel, and we don't want to put gunpowder in a wet barrel, then it won't go off. The primary tenet of handling black powder is to keep your powder dry. So we call for a dry swab. Now that the cannon barrel is dry and clear, my next command will be present cartridge. Mr. Barry will walk to the front of the cannon. He will present the charge of gunpowder to Biscuits at the muzzle, and then Biscuits will ram the charge to the back of the barrel. My next command will be present shot. This is when we would load the cannonball, but we are not doing so today. So disappointing. Next command will be pick and prime. Silent Bob will take a brass pick. Brass so that it won't spark like iron or steel might. He will put it down the vent hole. He will puncture the charge at the back of the barrel, and then he will take a fine-grained gunpowder and pour it down the vent. And this will create a fuse of gunpowder to connect the charge at the back of the cannon with our linstock. Mr. Prey there holding that green stick, that is called the linstock. At the end of the linstock is a piece of slow match, which is a rope soaked in potassium nitrate, and he will use that to stand a safe distance away while firing off the cannon. So, this cannon is now ready to fire, but we have some people in the fort right now, and we might have some people outside the fort eating lunch or having a siesta that don't know that this cannon's about to go off, and we need to warn them, so I need your help. On the count of 3, I need you all to yell, fire in the hole. That means there's going to be a loud boom, fire in the hole. Then I want you to take your hands and cup them over your ears, because this could be pretty loud. Don't stick your fingers in your ears. Cup your hands over your ears like this. And if you have any little ones with you, please sacrifice your ears for theirs. Are we ready, folks?
Yes!
1, 2, 3.
Fire in the hole!
Get ready.
Prepare to fire.
Robbie, give me the book.
It's gonna be loud
Clear
and free.
front.
Yeah.
Cover your ears. Fire one ready, Mr. Prey.
I got it.
Let's give our gun for a round of applause. Thank you for visiting Sutter's Fort, and thank you for supporting California State Park.